Good morning, babies. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is a general message, so take what resonates, leave the rest. Use your own discernment. Okay, we'll do that. All right, the song that I got on shuffle is Ride the Lightning 717 Tapes by Warren Ziders. Mama always said I was born on the wild side. One foot in the flames and the other trying to walk the line. Can't say I never saw it was coming, I could see the warning signs. Mom always said I was born on the wild side. I guess Mama was right. 'Cause when the clock strikes midnight, I'm gonna ride the lightning, feel the thunder, till the darkness pulls me under. Gonna fly on wings of fire, pray the good Lord leaves me higher, singing, oh, when they call me home. Singing, oh, when they call me home. Gonna ride the lightning. There's a man in a black coat standing at the crossroads, with a pad in his hand and a long list of lost souls. They say cliffs are gone. The cliffs are gone. Wait, what? They say cliffs are gone, forged out of fool's gold. There's a man in the black coat standing at a crossroads. I hope he lets me pass by, and I close my eyes. Gonna ride the lightning, feel the thunder, till the darkness pulls me under. Gonna fly on wings of fire, till the good Lord... Oh, what does it say there? Pray the good Lord lifts me higher. Alright. Sorry, I messed that up a bit. I was trying to do too many things at once. I'm trying to make it a quick one, because I gotta leave. Okay. So, what I'm getting here, for, like, the first initial, like, message I got from the song is, follow what lights you up. And I felt called to say, to chill out on, like, if you're trying to manifest, like, love or anything like that, like, quit only focusing on that. Like any of your manifestations, like, just take a step back from it and focus on, like, having fun or, doing stuff what lights you up. Because that's going to get you in a better energy to bring this stuff in. And you're being asked to be more, like, take chances, like, on a whim versus, like, think things over. Because, lightning is fast. It's really hard to capture it when you're taking, when you're a photographer. Like, that's something you can brag about if you've got, like, great lightning pictures. There's a man in a black coat standing at a crossroads, with a pad in his hand and a long list of lost souls. They say the cliffs are... I feel like that's wrong. I swear he says they say he flips a coin forged out of fool's gold. There's a man in a black coat standing at a crossroads. I could be wrong, but it says they say cliffs are gone forged out of fool's gold. I don't know. We're just gonna ignore that line. There's a man in a black coat standing at a crossroads. I hope he lets me pass by, and I close my eyes. Gonna ride the lightning. So that's asking you to take these chances despite your fears with this. This is Knight of Cups, and this is an interesting depiction of the Knight of Cups, because this is showing, like, the fears and the shadows of, just being an illusion. And how it says, like, I hope he lets me pass by, and I close my eyes. He still did it despite the enemy being there, the fear being there, because that's what fear is, the enemy. And so he still did it. I have goosebumps all over my body. So confirmation, he still did it despite the fear, despite that shadow, that big shadow illusion that it's going to be bad, it's going to be scary, it's this, it's that, something bad might happen if you take a chance. He still passed by. He was like, oh, I'm just not going to look and hope I make it. And by doing so, that's going to heal. We have the 9 of Beasts. That's going to heal you. That's going to, because that's the 9 of Wands. So the Knight of Curses, I don't know if I said that, is the Knight of Cups. So we have the Knight of Wands here, and that's that wounded warrior. You're still defending, you're still willing to go to battle even though you're wounded. Like, you're still ready. You're still on guard. So, your willingness to still pass that fear, even though you've overcame a lot of other stuff also. And you're being asked to do that because see how there's like a little treasure at the top of this little guy? That's where you're going to find, this gold, this wisdom, you're going to learn a lot and gain a lot, whether it be physically or emotionally, anything. You're going to gain a lot. We have the Ace of Cups, and that's a new, emotional, creative, intuitive beginning. And I'm seeing that as like the way you live, you're a new emotional baseline. This baseline that you live in right now, as soon as you're, and I'm not seeing it as a word. I know I'm all over the place, but I just looked at the bottom of this deck and it's a time traveler, and I see all the lightning around her, the electricity around her. That's so perfect. See how she did something and she's running away from cowboys, and she's trusting that her little time traveler remote is going to work to get her through, to get her out of trouble. You're always going to be caught by the universe. You're always going to be caught by God. I have goosebumps all over my body, so that is perfect confirmation. I turned my AC off, so I know it's not that. Where was I? Oh yeah. So your baseline of emotions is going to be completely different. As soon as you're going to be met with things that you're going to be like, oh, do I take a chance on that? Do I do it? Do it. Because that trusting yourself, trusting that first instinct and going with it is going to be, one, strengthen your intuition like nobody's business. And two, it's going to help you face those fears and that overthinking and get out of that, like, you might live in this baseline anxiety or like, chatter in your head of like, oh, I don't know, or like always wondering what if, whatever your baseline is, it's going to shift into this like happier, more relaxed, like content, because there's no wondering of like, oh, I wonder if I would have done that, or I wonder if I would have, talked to that person, whatever. There's not going to be any worrying about that or wondering, because you're just taking the chance. You're riding the lightning. Lightning's fast. You're riding it. You're taking quick action, quick choices to do something that's going to, fulfill you. This is a new beginning on emotional fulfillment, happiness. And, I'm seeing with the hand being offered is like, it's going to cross you and you're going to be offered, I see a man at the crossroads a man in a black coat standing on the crossroads. I hope he lets me pass by, and I close my eyes, I'm gonna ride the lightning. So like that's somebody like coming to offer you something, or the universe is gonna pop up on you, and you're gonna be asked to take this chance. Yeah, and by doing so, that's going to be full transformation. Not this like, oh, reflecting on the end of your life. Oh, you know, I wonder if I would have done that. There's going to be no question if you would have done it. Yeah, something bad might happen. Worst case scenario. Who cares? You're going to have a more fulfilled life. And then it's going to get rid of that fear of death. That fear of like, oh, the reason, you know, what I'm hearing right now is like the reason people are so afraid of death is because they didn't live their life. They were afraid of life. So they're like, well, I don't want it ripped away from me because I have time. I need to have this time to do stuff. There's going to be no questioning, no regret, no, oh, I wish I would have done that because I want more time for life. I needed to do more of these things. If this thing comes up, you know, crosses you or whatever new thing, new venture, options, opportunities, all that, and you go ahead and take the chance because it lights you up and you're like, you know, let's do it. Let's go for it. There's going to be no question on your deathbed, you know, and it's going to help you with that fear of death, of that fear of dying, because you're fulfilled right now. You're content right now. You're like, you know what? I'm really happy. I'm not living in this fear. I'm not living of like locked up in my safe little bubble. I'm taking these chances, and that's giving me this like ultimate freedom from fear. Take me now. I'm not scared. And that's just going to give you that, not only is the freedom of life, but the freedom of death. Like you're like, I could go right now and I'd be fine. Because I now release this fear. I mean, they're both intertwined, obviously. If, you know, you get rid of one fear in regards to life, then that kind of eases the death fear. So that's just beautiful because you have this like Ace of Cups, which is like a new emotional, wonderful love beginning. And I see that as falling in love with life and being like, ah, yes. And, you know, they say, just in my like spiritual research and stuff like that, like the more you enjoy something while you have it, you know, and being okay with like, this could leave me one day, this could end one day, and enjoying it right then, like then you kind of have that like appreciation and savor it more and savor it better. So you're gonna, you know, it's like you know, the pumpkin spice latte shit. Like you're like, I only get it once a year, so I better savor it now if you like that. You know, like I know it's silly, but you know, you're like, oh, they may never do this again. I better enjoy it while it's here. And then you're like, damn, that was a good ass pumpkin spice latte or whatever it is. But the more you enjoy it now, you're going to be okay if it leaves, because you're like, I 100% savored this and enjoyed this and I loved it and I gave it I opened my heart to life, and I'm okay if they take me right now, because I have this different, your baseline emotional state is going to be so different, more content. And I'm not saying you're going to be happy all the time, but that standard like home base emotional state is going to be completely different if you start living like this. Start taking those immediate chances. Like, you know what? Fuck it, let's go. I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to go. I'm going to ride the lightning, feel the thunder until the darkness pulls me under, until the Grim Reaper comes and takes my ass, until God says it's time to come home. You know, whatever, however you view this death thing. But that's going to help you so much. Like, you're not going to have this fear around it. And, you know, I'm just seeing this as like both, because not only is this can represent like actual death, but this can represent transformation. And that's the death of the fear within you, the death of the ego part of you that kept you from living to the ultimate fulfilled, you know, full, you know what I mean? Fullness. That ultimate, like, complete fulfillment. And we have temperance here. And I'm just seeing that once again, it's like that baseline, balanced emotional state. You're not going to be so full of fear, full of, there's a few people around me right now that, a couple of them are in that like midlife age, and they just come around and being like, wow, you know, this guy died, horrible death. My grandma does this too. He died. And, you know, they're just so doom and gloom about it. And it's obvious that they're just like, what they're realizing, they're facing their own mortality, but they're also, because they get so dark and grim about it and like try to like bring you down with them, that it's obvious they're regretting their life choices because they're not living to the fullest. They're living in fear. They're afraid to make these big changes because, you know, these people around me, they're very like fixed. They make a decision and they stay with it. They're stubborn in that way. And, you know, with this ride of, you know, the reason I'm bringing this up is, for one, it might help you like kind of like pinpoint like, oh, how can I shift this? Because you might have like made a choice like, oh, I pick this career. I pick this one place to work. I pick this partner. And you're starting to think like, oh, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I'm not happy in this. Or, you know, you haven't been in a really long time and you've gotten these opportunities to ride the lightning, to take a chance, and you didn't because you let that that fear control you and take you and not let you pass through and let you go to that next level, because you let the enemy keep you fixed right there, bury you right where you are, and you're stuck there. I'm seeing it buried up to the neck, like you can't do anything. And so that's going to help you, like, you know, become more balanced and be comfortable with, you know, your morbidity, the realization that, you know, you are going to die one day, and be like happy about it in a weird way, because then that's like, oh, so I have a time limit on this. This is, oh, so that means I need to make these you know, these choices now, these chances now. I need to ride that lightning, and it's quick. You know, it can be pulled away from me so quickly, instead of that like fear of like, oh, well, if I do this, this might hurt me and I could die. Like, yeah, you could, but you could also like die from something else. And this message might just be a reminder of like, you know, you need to help remind the others around you. And I'm seeing this as like, you know, spreading the word, if you will, of like, you know, life is short. Why don't you take a chance? Or why don't you try that? Oh, no. Like, what if this happens? I don't have the money. I don't have the... And, you know, maybe this is just a reminder to spread that like wonderful, you know, spread your angel voice, which is, this is such a funny card for temperance, but yeah, I'm definitely seeing that. And especially because it's green, is like spread that like open heart living mentality for these people. And that definitely does go along with this. And I'm definitely thinking, you know, if you definitely need to have that mentality, quit overthinking stuff and just start taking chances, ride the lightning, quick choices, yes, I'm gonna go with that because I can trust my intuition. Don't let the words confuse you and get, man, goosebumps again, confirmation. So this is a very powerful message. Like, don't overthink it. Just do it. Just go take the chance. Don't let your words talk you, you know, the enemy, the fear, talk you out of it. Those older emotions, those old thought forms. I have 444 on my clock. You're protected through making this choice. Don't let those thoughts and old ways of thinking and fears control you. We have the bartender. I will give others support and listen with empathy. And that's, you know, this is perfect. I love that because she's got the beer steins too. You know, listen to people be like, yeah, you know, it kind of sounds like you're kind of afraid to make a choice. Like, you should try it. Like, go do it. Go do this. you deserve to have a good life. You know, take chances. Life's too short to be stressing about this. Why don't you go just take a chance? And we have the bounty hunter. I will learn from failure and become stronger. How perfect is that? I will learn from failure and become stronger. You can't, if you do mess up and something doesn't go as planned, it's not, you know, the greatest scientists in all of this have like accidentally discovered stuff. So in those quote unquote failures, there's really nothing bad that can happen. Yeah, you become stronger. Is that a problem? I'm sorry, the last time I checked, being stronger is better. So you really can't lose. And seeing, you know, any sort of fear as an opportunity to be like, all right, let's get stronger. All right, you wanna play and make me scared? All right, then I'm gonna make this choice on a whim. I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna send it. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go for it. No thoughts, baby. Free fall. The full in reverse. So yeah, just make sure that you're not living in this fear, afraid to take chances, overthinking it. You know, I'm seeing it as the person like hanging at the end of the cliff too long, and to where they're like, whoa. And you know, your eyes get all weird because you're like adjusting to the height of it, and you're like, well, what if I don't get caught? What if they don't catch me? What if the net doesn't? What happens? See how I'm yawning? That thought, that way of thinking is exhausting. It's exhausting to think that way. What if you're draining your energy when you could just be using it to go frickin' do awesome shit? Take chances, ride the lightning. You're gonna need the energy to ride the lightning, baby. You can't waste all your energy on thinking of like, oh, what if I fail? What if I fail? Well, you're gonna die one day, so you're gonna die either way. You don't really have a choice. Unless you're a vampire, then I mean, this message isn't for you then. Then you can kindly get off of this message if you're a vampire. I gotta go to work, babies. Don't forget to take chances, ride the lightning, make those quick decisions. You're gonna be happy you did. You can trust your intuition. Don't let those thoughts and all that bullshit, you know, cloud your vision of life, your dreams. Don't let that happen. I love you so much. Have a wonderful day.